Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys another reading. So today's topic is your divine love contract. You are my angel through the darkness. So this is going to be about a soul connection, a very deep one that you have felt with somebody since you met them or for a very long time. And I do tend to channel for those that are experiencing either separations or challenges in their connections, so keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using here today will be listed in the description box down below, as well as this beautiful Organite, which is called Divine Counterparts, created by my friend Michelle from Bell's Wing and Bell. So let's dive right into these messages. The thing that we're going to do, actually, the song that came to me as I was putting this outline together was called All Love Can Be, and it's by Charlotte Church. So I'll try to remember to put that in the description box. It's such a beautiful song, you guys. And I heard it for the first time in a movie called A Beautiful Mind. I think it's with I forget her name, Jennifer Lawrence. No, not Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer something. And also, what's his name? Russell Crowe, I think. Really, really beautiful movie. It's based on a true story too. So anyways, let's dive in. We're going to first take a look and see what main reasons were you and your counterpart brought together in this lifetime. So let's look at a little bit of this energy. Why were the two of you, like the main reasons that the two of you would come together in this lifetime? What are the main reasons that you and your counterpart were brought together in this lifetime? Ooh, passive, I won't tell you how I really feel. So what this is telling me immediately is that somebody has an issue with being expressive with how they are really feeling. There may be issues, you know, people may not have felt safe growing up that they could actually express themselves. They may have had to walk on eggshells their entire lives. And so this may have created an issue for somebody in their adult form that they feel like they just can't say what's really on their mind, or they're afraid to speak their truth. So, you know, that could be you or your person, but you guys were brought together in order to help each other in this department, you know, to actually get someone to open up and feel safe with how they feel. All right, let's continue. What other main reasons were you and your counterpart brought together in this lifetime? Yeah, look at that, the dark and the light. It's to balance this state of mind, discernment and boundaries, speaking your truth, facing fears. Look at this, facing truth or facing fears with speaking your truth. That's crazy, right? So this is about balance. I don't always feel, I mean, sometimes less is more. Sometimes just because you're thinking something doesn't necessarily mean that you need to share it, especially if it's going to hurt someone. That's why we have the word discernment, right? And boundaries. You can love someone and you can be there for somebody and you could give somebody the shirt off your back, but sometimes we do have to put up healthy boundaries with people, or else people might just take and not realize that you're being depleted. So there is some sort of a like this connection brings this issue out in either one of you or both of you. And so it helps you guys to build up this stronger structure within yourselves, to be stronger individuals in this lifetime, just in general. So this is really good. So it might be that when your person is feeling really dark and really lost, maybe you're the light. I think that's interesting. You are my angel through the darkness, like you are my lantern in the darkness. So somebody is like a guide here, an angelic presence in someone's life. And that's why this song really spoke to me, because I'm like, she's like an angel guiding him with her bright wings of unconditional love, loving him through his darkest hour. He's got schizophrenia. I mean, there's like, you know, major stuff going on there. So I feel like this is a little bit of the contract and dynamic here, so that may resonate with you. Okay, so this one flipped out. Ooh, Two of Swords. Yes, it's interesting. I should have brought up the lyrics so I could refer to them, and I didn't do that. But there was something about when you can't see your heart. I will help your heart see. So I just got goosebumps because that's why the song came to me, because it is like you have been designed to come together into each other's worlds in this lifetime to help each other's hearts see something, to see something through the darkness, to see something light even through the darkness, which is really difficult to do. It's really difficult in a world that is full of so much contrast, to stay in a peaceful state, not to get taken away, with feelings of, rage or hatred or just resentment and all these things that, society or social media or whatever is constantly trying to cram and program, especially if you've been raised a certain way or you've experienced traumatic things. It's hard not to completely see everything through that lens your entire adult life. So I just feel like you guys have been brought together to really help each other through dark times. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you will be in each other's lives while you do this, but you may still feel connected on a soul energetic level with each other in mind while you are navigating whatever you guys are going through. Oh my gosh, that's so deep and so amazing. Wow. So let's see what other main reason were the two of you brought together in this lifetime? I don't know why I can't talk. Okay, we have prosecutor, I will make you accountable. Wow, really throwing down that gavel, right? So there could be some kind of karma here with that gavel. There may have been an injustice, so somebody did something and someone has had to hold up very firm boundaries, like I love you, but I can no longer, co-sign this behavior. I can no longer, enable you to destroy yourself. So there is this unconditional loving vibration, but it is also not at the detriment to your well-being. Okay, so there's a fine line, there's a balance when it comes to unconditionally loving someone. So I feel like somebody is really laying down the law and saying, I'm serious, or I won't do this. And it's being done out of love. It's like tough love. It's like telling a child no. The child cries, the child screams and doesn't understand. And it's only later that it makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here with this soul contract. Panda, love this. Peaceful problem solver, seeing both sides, craves balance, creates personal sanctuary. Do you see this? Black and white, dark and light. See that? So maybe look up the spirit animal of the panda. But what I'm getting or gathering from this card is that this is about a peaceful problem solving situation, as in we may need to step away from this person, or maybe they need to step away from us in order for us to become more peaceful. We may not be able to always be with this person in this lifetime. We may have to step away. There may be separation. There might be down times, where you're not speaking at all. And the reason why is because you're supposed to go within the self. They may trigger you. You may trigger them to project or to blame all of your stuff onto. And so this might be where you guys kind of crave personal space or sanctuary away from each other. But it is really to create a balance to where you work on the selves individually, and then you're able to come back together as more healthy, rounded individuals experiencing a more peaceful union. So if you've had a lot of, ups and downs with this individual, there's some sort of a balancing here that's taking place. Yeah, so there's some kind of extreme highs and extreme lows within this situation. And it almost at times probably makes people feel nuts and crazy, or it makes them shut down and not want to deal with something. If you trigger something within someone, usually it's not always the case, but let's just say someone's just really, they feel an aversion to something, or they're just disgusted, or they just are just I just don't get it. I don't understand. And they just cannot see. It's not about them needing to see your point of view, but they're not even able to see your side at all. That is something that someone has to work on within themselves. Usually people are very afraid of things that they do not understand. And usually it takes people to go through something on the flip side of what they're judging for them to go, oh, I get it now. I've actually done that myself before, been very judgmental against a person. And then I go through something similar, and I'm like, holy shit, I get it now. I understand. So that's just just kind of how spirit works with me. And I just feel like that's coming through as maybe how you guys are working in each other's lives to help each other see. And it's like, I want helping your heart to see. I will guide your heart to see. So it's like seeing through the eyes of love rather than the eyes of the mind or the ego that just wants to attack, you know? Interesting. It's like black and white thinking. That's got to go. Oh, look at this, 4 of Cups. Yeah, black and white thinking doesn't work. It's all about even-mindedness. Anything that's too extreme, it's just... Look, I'm not the end all be all here, but it's better to have a balanced energy with everything. I mean, sometimes you do have to make decisions and lay down the law and set ridiculously firm boundaries, as in hell to the no. So sometimes life does call for extreme measures, but I'm talking about, everyday life here. When you're going through extremes, highs and lows, you're going to have a lot of chaos in your life. So I think that's very interesting. But the 4 of Cups is rejection. I don't want this. I don't like this. I don't understand you. I want to get rid of this. I want to be done with you. So there is this feeling that you guys are going to trigger the hell out of each other and want to prosecute. What does a prosecutor do? Comes in and is trying to prosecute someone for a crime. Maybe that person's not innocent, but maybe they are. And so it's the prosecutor's job to just nail the coffin shut. You know what I mean? So I just feel it's like someone is on the defense, someone is the prosecutor, but then the roles flip back and forth between you and this individual. So anyways, the 4 of Cups is being dissatisfied with what you're seeing in the world. And the reason why is because there is a dissatisfaction that's coming from within. So until we are happy with ourselves and feel peace with ourselves and love ourselves, we're not going to be able to experience that outside of ourselves. So you and this person really bring this lesson out in each other for some reason. It's pretty deep. So that's not all your connection is made of, but that's just what we got going on so far. So those are some of the main reasons that you guys were brought together in this lifetime, is to help each other to look through the eyes, with your heart and love, instead of persecution and judgment and all these other things, and black and white thinking, extreme thinking, and compromising with each other. All of these things are on the table as lessons. Anything that we're rejecting within ourselves, you guys, we're going to reject with other people. So it's like a mirror. This person holds a mirror up to you and you hold a mirror up to this person. So if they're rejecting you, that's because they're rejecting themselves, and vice versa. Okay, that's amazing. I love this. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and shift on into what traumas did you trigger within them for healing and ascension purposes. So we're just going to focus on what you triggered within them at this time. What did you trigger within your counterpart? Let's take a look at that energy. What traumas did you trigger within them for healing and ascension purposes? Okay, so we have settling. Someone has resigned themselves to accepting less. Okay, very interesting. So what you triggered within your person is just basically saying, I'm okay, when really they're not okay. So what you may do is you may be that person that holds them accountable and says, no, speak your truth. Tell me what's going on. Tell me how you feel. And you may actually help this person in this lifetime to find their voice, right? So I feel like there's a real positive thing that you bring to the surface, even though it might trigger them or cause them to want to run away from you. It may even be too that you are a person that speaks your truth. You have strength and courage to fight, as in speak your truth, stand your ground. You can disagree with people. You can stand on your own. You're not afraid to stand alone for all of the right reasons. This person that you're dealing with, your counterpart, may have issues doing that. So they may look at you and they are very much like, wow, I love that about you, but it also triggers them severely because they don't have that. So they might frown upon it or feel like you're too harsh or something like that. And it's because they're lacking that within themselves. Okay, so they may judge you. We have lust, greed, craving, and desire. So what you also trigger within them is this feeling of need. I need you, but it comes from this place of almost like a desperation, like an attachment. Your person wants to attach to you. They feel like they can't get enough of you. And some of you guys might be saying like, no, that's the complete opposite. But the thing is, if they've displayed like this nonchalant attitude towards you and they have, acted like they don't really care, that is because they're hiding something deep within them. They may not want to come across as someone that needs someone. They may not come across as someone that is really that into you. But what I'm getting on a very deep level, they really crave you. And they want to downplay it because they are afraid to want someone that much. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing with that. What else? What else is coming through with what traumas did you trigger within them for healing and ascension purposes? I just got to like lusting after something that you feel like you can't have. It may be that you represent some strength that your person doesn't have. So in a way, it almost turns into jealousy, competition, or it's like Mars. I'm getting here. There's like a competition here. Wanting to either one up the other person or feeling jealous or envious of what the other person has. And sometimes people, when they are jealous or envious, they act in very peculiar ways. So this individual may have started to try to cut you down or something because they feel insecure. With the Queen of Fangs, Queen of Swords, Steel Heart, yeah. So I feel like that this isn't about gender, by the way, but I just feel like your person, what you trigger within them is this energy where they are supposed to feel something and see something in their heart. I'm going to help your heart to see. I'm going to stay till your heart sees. So what I'm getting here, you guys, is that your person, they closed themselves off. It's like they refused this offer that you were offering them, an opportunity to learn something, to maybe settle something within themselves, to accept something about themselves, love themselves, etc. Or just like grow and maybe look at some of those shadows or those weaknesses and become strong and courageous and master those things. But your person, instead of kind of being thankful for you, may have become agitated, aggravated, and turned on you. And then they took their heart and they turned it to steel. And so it's kind of like the fangs came out like, venomous energy here. So it's like you're coming in to help your person by triggering them, but they're taking it and they aren't learning, they're reacting. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes you have to go through those real nasty feelings before you really get it, before you really understand. So you might feel like your person doesn't like you. You might feel like your person is saying nasty things to you. They might be hot and cold with you, right? It might be very confusing for you because I feel like what you're doing is you're trying to help this person, kind of lift them up, help them to be a better version of themselves, but it seems like they're kind of biting the hand that's feeding them. They're not so appreciative. We have integrity. So it's acting in love, act with conscience or conscience. So this right here is somebody who is basically mindful of how their actions or their words are affecting other people. And I feel like your person, they may use words as a weapon. They may say certain things, or they may use communication as a weapon, as in taking it away. I'm going to shut down. I'm not going to tell you how I really feel, right? Or they may even say things that trigger this energy in you, that Queen of Swords. But this is about what you trigger within them. One-sided. That's interesting to me because we did just see this panda, and this panda is all about seeing both sides. You see this? Seeing both sides. Now we have one-sided. Imbalanced, uneven, disengaged. It's like your person, when pushed, your person, when having to see something or take accountability or responsibility, it's almost like a child that doesn't want to change. It's like someone that needs to start eating healthier, but yet they just don't want to do it. They don't want to exercise. They don't want to eat healthy. And so they just almost become, like angry about it. It's like something needs to change with someone, which is your person, but it's like they're not able to, they either don't want to change, or they just aren't able to give you, they aren't able to balance their energy. They're only able to live their life for themselves. And that's just like a defense mechanism. So I feel like you try to connect with this person in a deep way and be a team with them, but it always seems like it's very lopsided. You're not getting the same back. And it's because they feel protected being in the steel heart energy. Ooh, yeah, look, that's the Knight of Swords, a real sharp shooter. Ooh, yeah. So it may be, you guys, even though this is about your person, I kind of feel like they're the count and you may be the queen. They have a way of using their words either as a weapon, because the shooter is like a weapon, and really just like it bites, right? Love bites, that song, right? Love bites from Def Leppard. But this is telling me here that the queen has a leg up on this knight. It's not about being better than, it just means she's a little bit more mature. She's a little bit more balanced. This right here is Libra's energy. So Libra is all about balance. The Knight of Swords is Gemini's energy. It's Mercury. It's a lot of almost like overanalyzation. It's really difficult. If you've ever had I know lots of Geminis and I know lots of Virgos. Having an argument with either one of those types of people that have Mercury, that's that element in their sign, they'll try to use facts and logic and rationale. And I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm all fire baby over here. So sometimes when you're going toe to toe with someone like that, they'll try to use facts and you're just kind of like, yeah, but they're very one-sided. And now there's nothing wrong with being logical and practical, but that doesn't always apply to every situation. And I'm just getting here that your individual may be that kind of person where they use logic, or they use like they're only in their head. They're not able to get in their heart at all, or kind of even empathize with you to see how you feel. And so it's just like they're just coming at you, and they might just be very angry, or just they're not able to see your point of view. So it makes it very difficult to get along with this person. But, maybe you guys get along great, but I am seeing a little bit of a rah, 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 kind of energy. But the queen, though, she's a little bit more wisdom filled. She knows when to speak and when not to speak. And I almost feel like this particular person, so maybe a masculine, if you're dealing with a masculine, is someone who maybe doesn't think before they speak, and they end up saying words that really, really hurt. And it's not, they're not using integrity, I guess, when they are saying certain things. They're not thinking about how it's going to affect you in the long run. So there is something about maturing as well. So you may be here to teach this particular person about communication, opening up, but it's almost like there is an over communication sometimes, or there's no communication. It's very extreme, and it's being used as a weapon because someone is not comfortable with what they're feeling or thinking. They're not balanced. So I feel like you have come into this person's life to help them to balance their heart and their head. Yeah, that's what that is. That's amazing. So that's what we're seeing so far. But that's not the only reasons that you would come together with your counterpart. But these are some of the traumas that they have. Maybe things were very one-sided in their childhood, to where, they had to do everything for themselves. They didn't have parents that were there for them, that were emotionally supplying them with love and tenderness and all that other stuff. So it's like they kind of had to survive for themselves. So when you grow up as an adult in that type of environment, it creates a certain type of person. Yeah. So sometimes a little bit of that steel heart, like I'm never going to get hurt. I had to supply for myself. So I'm a survivor. I'm not going to take any risks or chances. So anyways, just take that if it resonates. So now we're going to look at, how does your counterpart feel your angelic presence in their life? So how do they feel your angelic presence in their life? Because even though you may trigger your person, right? They may want to run away from this connection. They may not want to deal with it because they don't want to look at themselves. How do they connect with your angelic presence, your angelic light? How do they feel it? How does it come across to them? Okay, we have spiritual awakening. That's amazing, you guys. So what that means is that your person experienced a spiritual awakening upon meeting you. That's how they felt your angelic presence. They may have even said things to you like, you're an angel. I feel like you're an angel. I feel better when I'm around you. You have just like this light. They may have actually said these words to you, but they definitely had some sort of a spiritual shift and awakening when they met you. So you woke them up, and maybe they woke you up too. Change is coming. And you know what? This person says, I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. So when your person first met you, it was like joy, happiness, like a homecoming, like they just met somebody that they have known their entire lives. So you may have actually talked about this, how comfortable you felt upon meeting, how it just feels like you've known each other forever, right? But, you know, with those very close connections, especially if you're spending a lot of time together, can come challenge too. I think that some of the people that I love the most, I do have the most challenges with, because there is that unconditional love. So you know you're going to work it out. So you come back together. But, you know, they really mirror to you a lot of things that you probably do need to work on. And so it can be very challenging. But I feel like that's what's going on with this person too. So you do challenge them. You showed up in order to help them to change and transform through this spiritual awakening. So they feel this. It's very powerful. Yeah, the presence that they feel from you is very powerful and transformative. That's for sure. Oh my gosh, you guys, tower energy. Oh my. This is Mars energy. I'm not surprised to see it at all. So Mars is associated with the tower, and it's a very challenging. It can be aggressive. It can create passion, but it's also could be angry too. So it does say out with the old, in with the new. So it's like you coming into this person's life, they were at a pivotal point in their life where they were going to need to make some major changes. They may have embraced that in the beginning, but as time went on, it was like, whoa, 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 this is too much. I can't do this. You're asking too much. You know what I mean? So essentially you come into their life at a time where they are supposed to, the old self is dying off so the new self can be reborn. But I do feel like, especially if you have parted from this person and you guys have decided to go in other directions and you guys are in the separation, it is because this person could not hang with all the changes that you were bringing their way. Okay, they just couldn't deal with it. But it says heaven, okay? That's your energy. This angel is showing you a sign that it's time to move in a new direction. Often this is because you're not happy and you feel a lack of purpose in your life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that match your heart's desire and spiritual truth. Your person could have asked for you. They could have prayed for somebody like you to show up. But let me tell you something. When their prayer got answered and you did show up, it's like they said, oh shit, I don't know what to do with this. I don't feel like they were 100% ready for this, okay? It's a big ordeal. Gosh, that's so powerful. Let's see what else. How else does your counterpart, or how else, like, did they or do they still feel your angelic presence touching their life? It's pretty significant, you guys. It's almost like you were this person's tower moment. It was a shock when they met you. It was transformative. It hit them like a bolt of lightning. We have Joan of Arc, very strong energy, you guys. It says sacred activist. Don't be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs. This is you. You are, it's like you are, you're a beacon of light, but you're strong. I see you like as a trailblazer, way shower. Some of you guys might identify with being a light worker. You can be a light worker and you know, still be very, what's the word, have a lot of discernment and stuff. But, you know, sometimes light workers are, you know, very light and airy and fluffy and positive vibes. Not all. But I see a way shower and trailblazer as somebody who's spiritual and aware of themselves. They're working some sort of spiritual program, but they also have dealt with their shadow, and they're here to be balanced in both the shadow and light. They realize that it's not just about light. It is about acknowledging the dark and understanding that you need to learn to kind of dance in between both of those energies in order to be balanced in this life, and also in order to protect yourself and survive as well as thrive. So Joan of Arc is who you are. You're coming in with Joan of Arc's energy, very strong. You've gone through shit is what I'm seeing here. You may have been persecuted. You may have past lives where you were persecuted many times. So when you come into this life, it's like you've already got a leg up in that department. So when people come out at you, when people are trying to attack you, when people are thinking all these things about you, saying shit to you, it might not tear you down. And your person, they see you as this pillar of strength, and they want that. And it attracts them to you. But it's like they don't know how to be that yet. So you're here as a guiding beacon of light to help this person to become strong too, that they can stand and they can say, I want to be my authentic self. So I feel like you're also the kind of individual that is showing your person how to be their true authentic self. And they have fear in that department and you don't. Very interesting. All right, let's see what else. Trust in divine purpose. You may be the kind of individual where you just trust in what you do, whatever that is. And I'm just going to use this as an example. Maybe you just have decided to just go freelance, maybe you're doing something off the cuff where it's not like you have a degree, or maybe you do have a degree, but you're doing something completely different and you're doing it because you love it. That right there is some boss, like way shower, trailblazer type of energy, if I could talk. So that is very inspiring to people when they see that. It's like, whoa, you have this whoa factor. You trust in this divine purpose as well as the process. You're not worried about all this earthly crap. It doesn't mean you're not worried about your health or the food that you're eating and the air that you're breathing and these physical things. What I'm saying is it may be that materially, maybe you've just gotten to a point where you would rather be happy than having all this extra shit that most of us don't even really need. You know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. You may not feel like you need to wear name brands. Not that there's anything wrong with name brands, but I'm talking about for superficial reasons to have these things that we think are going to make us feel better, but it actually really is very empty. It's like that kind of stuff can't really be bought, So I feel like that's who you are, and this person might be somewhat stuck a little bit in 3D energy. And it's not to say you're not of this 3D world, but you're on a little bit of a different vibration, because I feel like you might have been here a few more times than your person. So you're here as a trailblazer for them, or a way shower to show them the way. And you're not here to save them. We're not here to save anybody, but you are here to help them with their emotions. Oh my God, helper of emotions. Help them to either love themselves, accept themselves, realize that you can be of the light, but also you can be discerning, and you can guard your own personal sanctuary. You can do that. You don't have to give it all away. You can do certain things. You can have self-worth, and that shows. But I'm going to read this. It says, romance blooms and you find yourself falling in love. Gifts of flowers, love letters, and poem read aloud are all in your future. Marriage proposals, weddings, and past life connections are possible. Someone is or someone new who is romantic, dreamy, and emotional may enter your life. This person could be an artist who's an idealist about love. You see this? So I feel like you actually help this person to love. You help this person to get in touch with their heart. You help them to see that it's safe, that you can love. And I feel like that's very foreign to your person, because they've also been burned a lot in their life, but they have not transmuted that energy like you have. So you're actually here to help them to heal. And it doesn't mean you're doing that healing for them. What I mean is that you represent this beacon of life or light for them to look up to and be inspired by. So as you live your truth authentically, this person sees this and feels this in their own energy, because you guys are connected, and you inspire this person to have some of what you got. That's how you help them. It's amazing. You don't give up. You keep fighting. You keep thriving. You fall down, you get up. Doesn't matter how many times you fall down, you're not giving up. And that is something that's very admirable to this person. You're stronger than you've ever been before, and you're just going to continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger. You're not going to go down. You're not going to just lay down like a victim. You're going to keep fighting. And I feel like this person needs a little bit of that. So you showcase that for them. So that's how they feel your angelic presence in their life. It's very strong. You are a survivor. You are of the light, but you are also a strong person because of all of the dark that you've gone through and experienced, and the shadow within yourself that you have made kind of like amends with, or have learned to dance with that darkness within. So very balanced you are. Not perfect, but very balanced. And this is everything that this person wants and needs. So amazing. So anyways, you guys, we're going to dive deeper into these messages. If you'd like to join me over that and on the extended, I'll put the link in the description box, as well as pin it to the top comment section. So we're going to look into what have you awakened in your counterpart's mind, heart, and soul. We already know that you awoke something up within them. Then we're going to look at what is spirit showing them about you in this connection right now. Also, what is your counterpart telepathically sending your way? And what is destined to take place next within your divine love connection? So if that sounds like it's of interest to you, definitely join me over there. And if not, thanks for watching this video. If you guys liked it, definitely take some time to give it a little bit of love, like it, make sure you're subscribed, leave a comment, all that good stuff. All those things help the channel. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.